Here we go now.
Hi mga Kalocals! Ako si Yani and welcome back to Kalocal Season 2. Dito lang sa The Boulder Channel. Welcome back mga Kalocals! Mag-ingay sa chat box and comment section natin. Guys, nakikita ko si Micaela Dela Cruz is with us. Micaela Luis Cruz, sorry, with us tonight. And Lorraine Tanjeco, hello! Dito sa Kalocal, proud tayo to go local and support local. Kahit ano, alam nyo naman, basta trip natin to. So, to all of my Kalocals watching, my question ako for you guys. Kayo ba? Do you like the beach or the mountains? Comment down below, chat it down below, and then let's read that in a while. Beach or mountains, blues or greens? Comment that down below, guys. I'm excited to be engaging with all of you on Facebook and Kumu and YouTube. So everyone, beach or mountains, blues or greens, comment down below. Pero kapag kayo, gusto niyo na parang both, you want both scenery, everything that you need is in the right place. Well, I have good news for you guys. Our next destination has the full package. So in this episode, we get to see what mountain suburban lifestyle is all about today. We are chatting with Chroma Hospitality and Timberland. Hi, Timberland. Okay, let us welcome Miss Rachel Belan and Chroma Hospitality National Sales Manager and Miss Norisan Almeda, Chroma Hospitality Director of Sales from Timberland Highlands Resort. Hello.
Hi.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone.
Hello,
Good
Miss
Hi.
Norzan
evening.
and Miss Rachel. Thank you so
Hi,
much for
Yanni.
spending your Friday with us tonight. I just want to ask you guys, how have you been doing the past months? How have you been? Are you traveling? Or are you just staying at home, Miss Norzan?
I've been adding to cart.
Ay, tama!
So, di ba? Kung if you're gonna ask me how we've been coping, so yun lang, add to cart and but seriously, staying and trying to be healthy and trying to learn a new skill. If there's any online class that we can attend, we try to do it and just work and do some family time on the side.
Wow. What kind of new skill are you most proud of learning in the past months?
I just finished an online basic German class. Yeah, it was
Wow!
in support. Yeah, it's in support of the Department of Tourism. So they've been running these programs for the private sector, and that's part of it. So and it's free, so why not?
Yeah, that sounds cool.
And
German class. At least, uh,
uh,
oh, hindi ba? Grabe.
Sample
to
daw.
praise. Huh?
Sample
Sample.
daw.
I just say my name. Ich
Okay.
heiße Frau Almeda. So my name is Miss Almeda. That's it.
Oy,
Tama na.
okay na. Okay na,
Baka
guys.
nanonood yung professor ko.
Oy, prof, okay na yun, ha? Grabe naman. How
Oo,
about
okay na
you,
yon.
Miss Rachel? Ikaw po, what have you been doing in the pandemic?
Well, ang dami ng stages of pandemic for me ever since
Mm.
'di ba, since last year. Ang daming mga bagay-bagay like I've been iba-iba, may bored, na-bore ako, may anxious ako, gano'n. But
Mm.
recently, I learned, 'yun, parang si Miss Norsan, I learned new skills and, I've been trying a lot of different workouts lately. So, bale
Sample, sample.
sige later. Parang yeah, before kasi, yun, simple workouts lang, simple clothing. Pero ngayon, I have a goal na for jump rope and I also join our Coma Hospitalities online yoga kasi meron din kaming pa ganon. So I joined that once. So yun, and aside from working out, I have been also trying on new recipes, new delicious and healthy and easy recipes. Para hindi naman kasi we've been, 'di ba, dito lang naman tayo kumakain at home or
Mm-mm.
sometimes pa-deliver,
Mm.
'di ba? So it's really nice to cook something healthy and alam mo yon, pagka nagutom ka, you don't just eat junk. Kumbaga,
Yes.
'di ba, parang you prepare a good meal for yourself and for your family. That's it.
That's true. Kailangan na din natin matuto mag-ano guys, cook your own food, make your own snacks at home. And Miss Rachel, ano naman yung favorite dish or food that you've made so far?
Oo. I've made different, snacks using cheese. So, recently, yung nagawa ko was, parang mozzarella sticks. Actually, itong mga nakikita ko lang
Sarap.
naman 'to sa alam niyo yung mga 5-minute, ano yun, basta
Tutorial na mga
yung mga
cooking sa
gano'n.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yes, and some recipes in TikTok. So yun, I've tried that also. And then one recipe that I also liked was that TikTok viral pasta. The one with those cherry tomatoes and that Greek cheese.
Yeah, yung
So
nilalagay sa gitna tapos you just
yes,
bake it,
yon
I
that
think. Oo.
one. That one. So,
Wow!
oo, I tried that twice na. So my family loved it. Ayun lang. Proud lang ako, sorry.
Buti
Flex ko
naman,
lang.
tried and tested na
Mag-share
guys.
naman ng recipe.
Sure, sure. Of course
Oh,
naman.
Yan, PM na sila guys with the recipes. But to all of our kalokals watching, thank you for coming in. Jord001, X Maniacs, also Hazel. Thank you guys for coming in. Camille Canidia, hello. And Joey Oliveros. Wow, dami nating viewers for tonight. I love it, guys. And if you have any questions about Chroma Hospitality and Timberland Highlands Resort, don't hesitate. Just drop them down below and they'll ask them later on. But, before we talk about this amazing escape from the city life, and it's a pretty new escape from the city life, we also want to ask our guests for today, what is one thing you cannot travel without? Aside from your cell phone, that's a lot of people keep answering their cell phone. So let's take it out of the equation. One thing you cannot travel without. Miss Norsan.
okay. If travel as in like here or abroad, siguro kailangan laging dala yung kating ko.
Katingko? Tama ba?
Yes, 'di ba? 'Di ba? Can we
Oy!
actually survive without kating ko traveling, 'di ba? So, right? You
True,
agree?
true! To everyone
Oh,
watching, katingko is king. Ako naman minsan white flower.
yes,
Di ba kapag sumasakit yung
puwede
ulo?
rin. Oo, puwede rin. Oo.
I love it, katingko. How about you, Miss Rachel?
Right.
Ako, let me think. Actually, I have this parang blanket na when you fold, it becomes like your small pillow. So that's what I bring. Yeah, so that's what I bring every time. Parang that's like my comfort pillow. Kahit na maraming pillow sa hotels,
Hmm.
I still use it. I don't care. Bakit ba?
Oo nga, no
Ayun.
judgment here.
Yeah.
Yan na yung favorite pillow. At least dual purpose na siya. Nagiging blanket,
Yeah.
tapos nagiging pillow.
Diba?
So, very appropriate for long travel sa car,
Correct.
airplane, di ba? Ang ganda nun. Now that we're going into a little bit about Chroma Hospitality, we also want to know how has the business been adapting in the current pandemic situation? Because I believe Chroma handles a lot of other resorts, hotels. How has that been adapting in the past few months? Miss Norsan, you can start.
Okay. I think I consider myself very lucky to have been going through the pandemic with Chroma, right? As my company. Since last year, since the start of the pandemic, the company has been very busy with a lot of, first, of course, of taking care of its employees. So they've our HR and training department, they've done a lot of online employee engagement program. That's from the beginning
Mm.
up until today. We were kept informed with all our online bulletins. And we've also done a similar thing like this. We have a web talk series, right? So we've done it for almost every month since, and we've touched on relevant topics, right? And just trying to keep the people inspired despite of what's happening around us. And um, they also made sure that they signed up with all sorts of government benefits, right, and passed it on to the employees. So that's really very important. And of course, aside from the internal employees, we also took care of our external guests, our immediate community. We've donated to the frontliners. We've done GoFundMe campaigns
Mm.
which supported a lot of foundations. So there. So we were doing business and at the same time helping the community. So I guess that's really how the company adapted to the pandemic.
Mm. And actually, Miss Rachel was talking about this
Mm-hmm.
backstage. Candid Chroma or Candid with Chroma
Candid
yung
with Chroma. Mm-hmm.
Candid with Chroma, guys. So after this stream, baka gusto niyo yan panoorin. They have I think they're in season 2 na rin, sabi rin ni Miss Rachel. So that's
Yes.
something that we can look forward to also. Miss Rachel, kayo naman po, what is your perspective on how Chroma has been adapting to our current situation?
Actually, aside from the employee engagement that Miss Norsan mentioned earlier, of course,
Mm.
last year during the height of the pandemic, we actually launched this culture of clean. Later, we'll show it to you. We launched that. We are proud to say that Roma Hospitality has been the pioneer of that. So we launched that. So we made sure that we announced that to our guests.
Mm-mm.
Um, that thorough disinfection, thorough cleaning, what we do to protect them and our guests and our staff for to protect them dito sa COVID. So aside from that, we also joined different online expos, 'di ba? We've also we of course we're working from home. So talagang our HR made sure that we are well equipped with everything, with all the trainings that we need, all the kahit nga yung mga employee pakulo, we all have
Mm.
that. So we're really very thankful with Chroma and especially to our HR.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. And I'm excited to hear about the Culture of Clean initiative
Yeah.
that Roma has. So later on, guys, stick around. We'll be delving more into that. But I just want to give a shout out to Miss Carmela Hidalgo Bocanegra. She said, hello, Norsan and Rachel. So I think,
Hi,
Hello.
boss.
She's our boss. She's our
oh,
boss.
Hi,
there!
boss. Hi, boss.
Overtime to boss, ah. Overtime.
So, nung nakita ko yung comment, sabi ko, parang ano to
Mm.
important person to
Oo.
Kaya,
Yes,
isingit na natin
Important.
yan.
Very, very important. Oo.
super.
Thank
Hi,
you, Miss Carmela,
Stevie.
for tuning in. Ayan, grabe. Big time na tayo, guys. Madami na tayong important people na ka-tune in. But since both of you are in the hospitality business, the tourism business, is there something that you've learned in this pandemic that you see kind of changing in the future in terms of hospitality and tourism? Like I recall Miss Rachel was also mentioning this that Timberland is a leisure resort, like staycation kind of resort. And I think it's in the pandemic, parang recently ko lang din na naririnig yung ganong type of vacation and travel. So,
Mhm.
are there any other learnings or realizations you got from the pandemic in terms of tourism and hospitality, Miss Norsan?
Yeah. I think we've a little bit of took for granted the domestic tourism, no? Because I think pre-pandemic, airfares were so affordable abroad, right?
Mm,
Sometimes at
yeah.
the time, right, it was a lot cheaper to go to, let's say, Bali or to Hong Kong than to fly to Boracay. And I think that will change. And I think after what has happened, we would all be more inspired to travel domestically. I
Mm,
think the tourism sector will work together to make sure that travel will be accessible to everybody, to the
yeah.
Filipinos first, and that is to live, love the local tourism. And I think that's really the first thing, right, that we learned. And I think we also are looking forward to after the pandemic.
Mm-mm. How about you, Miss Rachel?
I think it's also the introduction of hybrid events. So we're used to 'di ba? So we're used to doing events,
Uh-huh.
doing weddings, 'di ba, with everyone on site. Right now, ang laking challenge and we are still learning this doing and adapting to virtual meetings and kahit even virtual weddings. So
Mm,
that's a different game sa lahat buong hospitality industry naman. So that's one, and then number two is yung optimization of food delivery, right? So
yeah.
it's not usual that that hotel food can be delivered, 'di ba? Alam natin that we can have food delivered sa mga ibang restaurants, sa mga fast food, but now almost every hotel can deliver their food already. So,
Mhm.
we need to adapt talaga to changes. So, ayun.
Tama.
Yeah, diba?
Exciting nga
Oo.
na our hotels that we like going to, we can already experience it at home somewhat, yung mga products that they offer,
Mhm.
the food that they give, and it just gives this feeling na we're still taken care of by the hotels that we love at home. So, ang ganda ng idea na yon, and I just wanna say na Miss Carmela is proud of you girls. Yan yung quote and quote, she's proud of you girls. Yun talaga. Yan. And I
Kung
also
meron pa ba
wanna,
next episode, pwede pa kami mag-guest ulit sa next episode.
ayun!
Seven,
Nako!
seven ang hotels namin. So, sagot na namin yung next 6 episodes, di ba? Oh.
Nako, Sir Carlo! Talaga,
Oh,
pinagparinig.
di ba?
Exciting yon. I also wanna give appreciation to Kape Reader na nagbigay ng halo-halo over on Kumu because we're streaming in a lot of platforms right now. Pero yes, Chroma is definitely exciting kasi iba-iba din yung experiences na nakukuha mo per
Yeah.
hotel and per place. So, today we'll be concentrating on Timberland Highlands Resort as one of the newer hotels in your roster. And now that people are, seeing travel as a option recently, like travel safely, staycations, those are the trends that are happening right now. Do you have any tips on how we can continue to travel safely, or what we can do personally as guests, as visitors, so that we do this responsibly, we travel responsibly? Miss Rachel, kayo naman, para lang iba na yung ano natin dito, yung vibe.
Mm. Yeah, for me, every local, every city has their own quarantine restrictions, right? Dito
Yes,
sa NCR level 4, alam mo yon, there's so many queues going on. But it's really best if we make ourselves updated, like and we also listen to whatever the hotel is, 'di ba, advising. Like example,
mm.
there are hotels or there are locals na they would require RT-PCR, for example, or they would require saliva test. Of course, 'di ba, medyo bakit kailangan 'yan? But we should always remember that it's for the safety and security of guests and the staff. Also, there are restrictions na, for example, in restaurants, sa 30% lang
Mm.
kung indoor, or pwede 'pag al fresco lang. So, it's not something na, of course, 'di ba, 30% lang, 'no? Minsan kailangan mo pang pumila to dine in. But we're not just following IATF guidelines. Yun din, it's just for our own safety also. So let's also be reminded na all of these guidelines are for our safety. That's it.
Tama. Tama naman. So, guys, hindi to kasi yung ano they're not being implemented just so that ma-implement, 'di ba? There are always
Mm.
reasons behind this so that we're all safe and secure when we travel. Miss Norsan, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I think the first thing that you should all do is to get vaccinated, right? So that the
Mm-mm.
moment you step out of your house, you're protected already. And aside from the COVID vaccine, right, you add another layer of protection, like get flu
True.
vaccine or your pneumonia vaccine and whatnot. So I think that's the first step. You have to make sure that you yourself, you're well, right? Because when you start going out, you'll be with other people. And I would like to echo on what Rachel said, that we should, when we start planning our trips, maybe we should add in the budgets already the tests, right? The potential tests that needed to be done. Kailangan medyo kasama na talaga siya sa budget, because I think it's gonna be here to stay for quite a while,
Mm-mm.
and be a responsible traveler basically, and be more patient with the hotel staff also, because we're running on limited manning. So we're trying to keep our doors open, because we think that traveling really contributes a lot to the mental health of the people. So as soon as we're allowed to operate, we do operate. And
Mm-mm.
because we think that travel is still essential to everybody. So basta yun. Basically, the story here is that you yourself, you have to take care of yourself, right, before you can actually go out into the world and do the travel thing.
Yes, that's
Mhm.
true. So guys, try to get your vaccine if it's possible for you and as soon as you can, so that we can all enjoy the world once again, guys. This
Yes.
room is I
Mhm.
memorized every nook and cranny in my room. Gusto ko naman mag-expand ng
uh,
horizons once again. So to our kalocals, if you're watching, go ahead and comment down below or chat down below some questions that you want to ask Miss Norsan and Miss Rachel in our live stream for today. But later on, kalokal, sa pagbabalik natin, we're gonna have a virtual experience of Timberland Highlands Resort. Yan o, pupunta tayo sa background ni Miss Rachel. We're gonna dive right in. There we go, there we go. So mga kalokals, please stay with us.
Chroma is a leading force in hotel management in the Philippines, with a growing network of properties across Asia. Driven by innovation, we have the know-how to realize our dreams locally, and the ambition to bring our ideas to foreign shores. Chroma rests on the reputation of our parent companies, Philinvest and Archipelago International. Philinvest is a top Filipino property developer, while Archipelago manages more than 100 hotels across Asia. Chroma operates vibrant brands: Crimson Hotels and Resorts, Quest Hotels, Backed up by years of business expertise, our international team can take care of all stages of hotel management, from concept and design to construction and brand identity. Let our proven industry know-how help you achieve your goals. Driven by ideas, driven by excellence. Chroma. Driven hospitality.
Nagbabalik ang kalokal dito sa The Boulder Channel, guys. Patikim lang yon, yung video na yon, patikim lang kasi have more coming up. We also want to say hi to Vladsha, Joaquin, Quieres, Cabrillos over on our Facebook and a couple of people who joined us on Kumu, Chloe May, Femio, Auxiliary, Darylyn, and Elmi. Hello guys, thank you so much for joining us. Kilala niyo po ba, ma'am, yung si Vladsha Joaquin Quieres Cabrillos?
Hindi po.
Yes.
Hindi, joke lang.
Ay!
We love her.
Grabe,
Hello.
Rachel.
Joke lang, marami akong tanong sa kanya. Hi!
Si Miss Rachel na pala yung magtatanong sa viewers natin. Exciting! Oh, everyone is here to support and I love the energy that we are giving off tonight. But kalokals, handa na ba kayo to go on this virtual travel experience with us? Comment a big yes, enthusiastic yes on our comment section and our chat box. San mga nasa Kumu, go ahead and give us a halo-halo if you're ready. Para alam namin na handa na kayo for our virtual tour, okay? Tara! Simulan na natin ang ating virtual experience of the 677-hectare Timberland Highlands Resort with a mountain suburban lifestyle. Miss Rachel, anong mga handa natin for our kalocals?
Yan. Can you now see my screen, guys?
Let's see if we can check out Timberland Highlands Resort, guys. Kung may questions pa kayo mga kalocals, don't forget, you can chat it down below and I'll be happy to read all of them. So, Miss Rachel actually here has some photos, video presentation that she's gonna share with us. And we're excited to talk about also. We just want to give a shout out to Ruben Reyes, Red Bull 32. Hi Ruben, thank you for chatting. Yes, and si Ruben kasi one of our common viewers here in the Boulder channel. So thank you again for joining us. Yan, Vladsha said yes. Micaela said yes. Marsha pala yung nickname niya for
Marsha,
short. Oh,
yes.
I
Number
like
one
it.
fan yan, Rachel.
Engaging, napaka-engaging. Yan. So we're just waiting for Miss Rachel over here. But Miss Norsan, what's something
Yes.
that you think Timberland Highlands Resort is unique compared to the other resorts and the experience that it gives?
Okay, I think it's definitely the mountain bike park that we are going to open this year. It will be the first ever in the Philippines, the first mountain bike park that is integrated into a resort. And I think everyone's been looking forward to that, and we're opening this year. So we also noticed that nature breaks will be a trend after the pandemic, right? People would be looking for more active holidays, right? More opportunities for them to experience the great outdoors while they're on vacation. So Timberland will offer that. And aside from the mountain bike park, we also have our active zone. We're complete with all the sports facilities, a pool and a fantastic view of Metro Manila from our pool deck. So I think that's something that you should. And of course, the price point is not that bad, right?
Mm.
The later on they'll see the rates are very affordable, our pre-opening rates, and it's also very accessible from Manila. It's just a drive to destination, so it's a great first step to slowly going back to travel. If everyone's still scared to take the flight, right, they can go
Mm.
to Timberland easily.
Yes, that's true. So it's escape, but it's actually near lang. So if you guys don't want to drive
Correct.
too far, ito
Mm.
na actually yun.
Totoo.
Yan.
Totoo.
Excited ako for the mountain bike park.
Mountain bike park. Yeah, mountain bike
Mountain
park.
bike park. How is it the first one in the Philippines? Like, is
Na
it because
yes.
of yeah? Because in the Philippines we have biking trails. How is the mountain
Yes.
bike park different?
Because this one is it's integrated into the resort, and
Mm.
I think a lot of bikers, if you have biker viewers here, would know, because we would get a lot of inquiry already
Mm.
for the mountain bike park. So it comes in different trails, entry level, even intermediate level. So I think previously they've been holding some shows already, right,
Mm.
in Timberland. So at least now it's under Chroma Hospitality, so we'd be able to do more creative events, sporting events in Timberland.
Yeah. Ay,
uh,
madami na ring bikers. Miss Norson, are you a biker, a
oh,
converted biker na?
not yet. I have a bike. I'm trying. But definitely hindi pang Timberland yung bike ko. Kasi bike ko yun yung may tipong basket, tsaka
Ah,
tassel, tsaka bell. Hindi siya pwede pang Timberland. At meron din kami
OMG.
doon. Meron kami bird watching din in Timberland. We can do bird watching, stargazing, right? So,
Amazing!
yun.
That sounds
Yes.
awesome. Kasi
Mm-hmm.
when we hear hotel or when we hear yung mga resort that we have usually, parang yung
Mm-hmm.
naiisip natin is like an indoor stay. Pero in Timberland, it's more
Mm-hmm.
of communing with nature. Or yung
Nature.
stargazing, we don't get to do that a lot here in Metro Manila or in the city, ah. Kasi
Correct.
light
Yes.
pollution and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty exciting to do some stargazing. But Timberland Highlands Resort, can you tell us the location and where exactly we can find
Yeah.
it?
Sige,
Sige,
Rachel, you
hold
want to
on,
take this?
ha?
Okay, but
Yep.
for the location, it's in
Okay.
San Mateo, Rizal. Hold on.
There. I think Ms. Norson, you can go ahead.
Yeah, okay, all right. So it's inside Timberland Heights.
Yeah.
in San Mateo, Rizal. So it's in a very secure location, right? And I think I'm from Taguig, so from here to there, my trip averages around an hour to an hour and a
Mm.
half from here.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
I think from Ateneo, guys, if you're Katipunan people, Katip people, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's a shorter trip. I think it's a few minutes lang to go to the Rizal area. So it's pretty exciting, especially na
Yeah.
yung mga college people, they want to go out of their house. They don't want to keep studying studying at home. Iba naman yung
Correct.
environment na gusto
Uh-huh.
nila at work from home people then. So exciting yan. Mamaya we're gonna get to see a few visual aid and a few photos and videos about that.
Correct.
So, eto, Isabel
Ayan.
Gamara. Hi,
Sorry. So,
thank you for joining
mm,
us. Miss Rachel, are we ready to show it?
can you see my screen now? Are you able to see it
Let's
ba? Uh,
it's not showing at the moment.
Not yet.
According to our back end
yan.
also.
How about now?
Let's check it out.
How about
If
now?
kaya na. Yan, sabi. Sabi.
Okay. So I'll show
Yan.
first the one I'm talking about earlier, the culture of clean. So this has been this has been launched at the height of the pandemic last year. So
Mm.
um okay, I'll just play it.
Kaya kung ang tigdumala sa pagatod sa mga bisita sa ilang padulnan, siguruhon ako nga limpyo ug maayong pagka-disinfect ang sakyanan. Importante nga safe ug secure ang akong mga pasahero. This is my role, my goal.
Sinusundo namin ang guests galing airport, dinadala sa Crimson Welcome Center, at doon nakaparada ang speedboat na magdadala sa guests sa Crimson Boracay.
Sinasanitize namin ang touchpoint ng buong speedboat, upuan, at life jacket para siguradong disinfected at safe. Ina-advise din namin ang guests tungkol sa safety procedures while riding a speedboat. This is my role, my goal.
Bilang guard, prioridad ning seguridad at kaligtasan da rin tao kay hotel. Baya milyon kung guest ay empleyado, siguraduhan po na dumalan niya king foot sanitizing mat, metal detector, at temperature check. Handa kami rin umaksyon karang emergency situation king hotel. This is my role, my goal.
We have implemented a contactless check-in and check-out system. We make sure all items such as keycards and ballpens are clean and sanitized by using our UVL cabinets. Moreover, we assist all guests with their inquiries through Crimson Cares and Quest Jesus Hotline. This is my role, my goal.
We make sure that all rooms and public spaces are spotlessly clean, disinfected, and safe. We use hospital-grade disinfectants and electrostatic spray to clean surfaces. We go through rigorous trainings on cleaning standards to ensure we are effective. This is my role, my goal.
All of our cooking equipments are properly sanitized and disinfected regularly. We are very careful in food handling. We make sure to wash our hands constantly. This is on top of making food delicious and safe. This is my role, my goal. to make sure that the restaurant is sanitized and food is delivered to the guests safely. This is my role, my goal.
With our culture of clean and target-zero campaigns, we assure our guests with a worry-free and enjoyable experience when visiting any Crimson and Quest hotel.
For an industry that thrives on empathy and human connection, we cannot get away with face-to-face interaction.
But we will make every effort to ensure both our guests and staff will be able to do so safely.
We conducted consistent trainings with our associates in order to elevate our sanitation and disinfecting protocols.
Expect more personalization and safety in all aspects with the touch of extra personal care.
Rest assured you will be in a safe and sanitized room when choosing to stay in any Crimson and Quest hotel.
Our signature Filipino hospitality with exceptional service awaits your return.
Together
Together with all our associates, this is my role, my goal.
Nice! This is my role, my goal. I love it. Every step of the way. May sanitation. Meron talagang level of they guard you in terms of keeping us safe. Every step of the way, parang iniisip ko, ano pa ba, anong mga singit-singit dyan. Pero parang, it's covered eh. Everything's covered. And with this, I think, also this is also being done in Timberland, right? Because we saw Crimson and Quest. So,
Right.
yeah, this is also being done there. So, culture of clean, am I correct?
Yes, that's the name of the campaign.
Amazing, guys. At least hindi tayo parang nagta-travel na nga tayo tapos hindi yung parang takot tayo to travel. I mean, we're trying to travel to get out of all of the stresses in life.
Yeah.
At least it's already covered by Chroma, 'di ba, hospitality. So, regarding this, if anyone has questions, you can go ahead and comment down below, mga kalocals. But Ms. Rachel, can you please tell us more about Timberland Highlands Resort and what we can expect? Can you describe, like, entering the hotel for the first time? Ano yung makikita namin? Yung maamoy namin? Since virtual lang tayo ngayon, kailangan medyo vivid. Yes, Ms. Rachel.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, well, we're very proud of Timberland because aside from our newest baby, ito talaga yung medyo kinakaril talaga namin right now. So, it boasts of beautiful 70 rooms in total. So, it has deluxe rooms and deluxe premier rooms. So, currently, though, we are still temporarily not operational yet because of the quarantine restrictions in place in Rizal. As soon as we open, we are hopeful that you will be able to visit us soon. So aside from the room accommodation, of course, we have our food and beverage outlets. So we have the pool bar and the Ridge Cafe, which serves sumptuous menu curated by our chef. Also, we have the active zone available already. So it's a very it's a vast zone where you can play basketball. We have basketball court there, a badminton court, and rock climbing facility. So it's available for in-house guests and our visitors and other visitors as well. And
Mm-mm.
then, of course, you can see my virtual background. That's actually our pool deck. It
Ah.
has a panoramic view of the city, so you can see Metro Manila over there, Laguna and Rizal area. So it's a very good place for us to 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 wind, to have drinks
Mm-mm.
during sunset. So yun, of course, ngayon na-appreciate ng mga tao ang outdoors. So it's not like 'di ba dati parang we go to hotels and then we do conferences there and then very
Yes.
hotel like this one.
Yeah.
Timberland Highlands Resort offers both. So you have, of course, we have indoor facilities, also indoor function rooms, but we boast of our very vast outdoor spaces there. So I'd love to show you my slides so we can boast of our promos also and some of the photos of the property. So allow me to, it's so hard to do this live, do medyo
Ah.
prime time. So the internet connection,
Oh.
I hope our viewers understand.
Yes, it's fine. It's fine, of course. Iba-iba din yung internet connection nowadays, and we
Oo.
totally understand. But while you're trying
Yeah.
to share your slides, I believe you were talking about the active center. The culture of
Mhm.
clean is also applicable there. Like every
Activism,
time
yes.
someone
Yes.
after climbing, wall climbing, it's being sanitized or badminton.
Yep. Mm-mm. Yeah, and I think the reason we use the term culture and the clean,
Mm.
because we know when we talk about culture, right? It's embedded into the organization. So that's why we declared it as culture of clean, because we know that it's here to stay. These protocols will be implemented for as long as needed, right?
Mm-mm.
And yes, it's been cascaded to all of the employees. In fact, in the future, when we hire new people, this is part of their requirement, right? That they should be able to embrace the culture of clean concept of Chroma.
Wow, at least guys,
Mhm.
every step of the way talaga, kahit na you're enjoying, it's being sanitized, it's being cleaned
Yes.
every second,
Mhm.
every touch may it
Yes.
gets cleaned right after. Can you talk about, there are a lot of people here who want to go to Timberland. Do they have
Mhm.
to get an RT-PCR test? Like what are the things
Mhm.
that we need to do before going there?
Okay, before the ECQ, right? The
Mm.
main requirement was just antigen test.
Mm.
It needs to be done at least 72 hours before your arrival. And at the time, we were accepting even above 65 years old, as long as you're fully vaccinated.
Mm.
And that's it. It's just antigen test, and everything has to be pre-arranged in advance. Everything has to be pre-booked. So very, very
Okay, no
straightforward
walk-in.
requirements. Nah,
Yeah.
well, as much as possible, right? Because we need to observe social distancing also, especially for the outlets, right? And we also have limited number of rooms available at the moment. We're not fully open yet. Not all 71
Mm.
rooms are open. So we're
Ah,
trying
okay.
to, yeah. So again, in going back to our culture of clean, right? We don't want to overstretch ourselves. We just want to make
Yeah.
sure that we're able to implement everything the proper way. Kaya, kung ano yung kaya namin at as of this time, that's how we work around it.
Yeah,
Mm.
and I think a lot of people here are excited na to see the photos. So, I think it's ready. We can show it na. Yon!
Yan!
Yeah,
Yay!
Yay!
can you see it na? Woo!
Yeah! Woo! Let's go!
Yes!
Let's go!
Ayan. Oh, 'di ba? So, it's very easy to go to Timberland. So, as mentioned kanina ni Miss Norsan, it's very accessible. So, if you're coming from the south, example, Alabang, so it can
Mm.
easily be accessed via Skyway 3, and then Commonwealth yung kanyang access through Batasan. And then if pwede ring C5 Katipunan Commonwealth Batasan. So if we're coming naman from Makati, same, we can do Makati Skyway 3 and EDSA White Plains. And if we're coming from the north, ito easy lang din, through Commonwealth din. So that's the Commonwealth. Ayan. So it's also very it's also very great that Skyway 3 is now open, 'di ba? It's very tawag mo dito, very accessible talaga siya kahit saan.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
these are our yeah. So as mentioned earlier, we have 70 rooms. So these are the operational rooms at the moment. Those are Premier Deluxe King and Premier Deluxe Twin. So very nice. It's about
Ganda.
30, that's about 32 square meters. It's the yung room is very refreshing talaga. Parang the colors are great. We also have blankets as you saw earlier sa video. So we also did that with Timberland. And so as mentioned earlier, we also do have our meetings and event spaces. So we have the grand ballroom, and we have Sycamore and Cedar meeting rooms that can accommodate about from 10 guests to 75 guests for the grand ballroom. So aside from those mentioned facilities, we also offer other activities. So we have sports and fitness. So we offer there aqua fitness, morning jog, 'di ba? Very sporty talaga, and of course the nature appreciation. We also do have family fun games. So currently we have Jumbo Gardens. This is located dun sa outdoor space namin at the pool deck. So ako personally nalaro ko na siya. It's fun. 'Di ba? Hi Miss Marsha, nalaro na natin to together.
Shout out lang naman
Ayan,
nakasama
shoutout natin kanina.
Siningit.
Love
Yeah.
it.
And
Love
then
it.
siningit ko siya. And then this is our active zone. So as mentioned earlier, we have multi-purpose courts. So you have basketball courts, badminton court, and then we have the indoor climbing wall.
Wow.
Of course, you have promo. Of course, you have
Tama!
promo. So once we open,
Yan na yan.
of course, syempre. Ito na yon, ma'am. So once we open, we have our very famous promo. This is the opening promo rate at 5,500 pesos net. So this is already inclusive of room accommodation, and then lunch or dinner for 2 adults, and then unlimited sunset cocktails from 4 to 6 p.m. Actually, dun pa lang sa cocktails, you're panalo na.
Sold na.
Oo
And
nga,
then,
pwede
of course,
na. Okay na yan.
You can use the facility, so the swimming pool, fitness center, and the active zone, Wi-Fi, and complementary facilitated activities. Remember the photo shown earlier? So yon, you can do this together with your family. And then work with nature. So this is very ideal for all of us who are really tired of working from home. So if we wanna see other faces aside from our family, aside from our dogs, it's 'di ba? It's really nice to work with nature. So Timberland also offers that. So you can do it just for the day, and you can do it by staying for at least 3 nights. So those are the rates. Of course, it is inclusive of set lunch or set dinner, and then all day coffee and tea, and flexible use of outdoor workspace options either at the Ridge Cafe or the pool bar. So these are our outlets or restaurants, and then high-speed Wi-Fi connection. So I can attest that we have a very great Wi-Fi connection here at Timberland. Not unlike here sa bahay, you saw naman earlier, di ba?
Disclaimer, nasa bahay siya.
Not like this in Timberland. Yes, I'm at home. I'm so sorry earlier. I know our guests will be able to understand. And of
Yes,
course,
yes.
10% off on food and beverage.
Yeah,
And
Rachel,
then
highlight
just for the
mo
day.
for the work with nature, that
Mm,
flexible check-in, right? Kasi we
yeah.
know na
Mm-mm.
if you intend to stay in the hotel to work, right? 'Di ba
Yeah.
normally the check-in time is late na, 'di ba? 3 p.m. then you check out at 12. So ito, we took into consideration that if you want to stay in the hotel to work, you can check in as early as what, 7 a.m. para you can start your work properly at the right time. And then you can do
Mm-mm.
late checkout also at 5 p.m. para you're not ngarag naman, di ba? Na parang you're about to end work tapos pa-check out ka.
Nagmamadali.
So, nagmamadali
Yes.
ka. So, basically, that's a difference of the work with nature package compared to a regular, room package.
Yeah, it's catered
Yes.
talaga for
So,
people who are on the go. Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, and are working from home. So,
Mm-mm.
we can do check-in at 8 o'clock just for the day rates. We can also do eight
Mm-hmm.
o'clock check-in to 5 p.m. check-in. This is for the day tour. You would just need to add 2,000 pesos to book for the room. And then for a minimum of 5 persons, that's just 7,000 lang, 6,999, inclusive of one round of drinks. And then for kids, it's just 750 pesos. So that's from 7 to 12 years old. 6 years old and below are free of charge. Yun. Once they are able to go
Yun.
out already.
Yeah.
Yun talaga
Yeah,
So,
yun.
tama, tama.
Yeah.
oo. Perfect tong yung just for the day packages. Like for example, if kayo, you're the Boulder team, right?
Mm-mm.
If you need to do strategic planning, if you need to work on your next episodes, work on your script, right? You can all go together, Timberland, and work there. If you're in a BPO company and you need to boost the morale of your team, you can bring them to
Mm-mm.
Timberland. So kaya nga the more people you bring, the better your rate is. So yon, it's just an opportunity for you to basically go out the four walls of your room and be able to work
Yes.
in nature. Yes.
Yes, I agree. Oh, guys, call your office mates, your workmates, take a
Ah.
test, and then let's go na! Go na to Timberland! I like
Yeah.
it. It's exciting and it caters to different crowds. Hindi lang ikaw solo traveler if you wanna
Mm-hmm.
do with your family, workmates. Ang daming options dito and for the active people din. You don't need to worry, oy, makaka-workout ba ako today kapag nagta-travel. Pero in Timberland, ang dami yung options to keep active, to keep fit while you guys are working out and while you guys are staying. Amazing. It's such a different experience and a different feel. And I also believe that Timberland has was built around the ecosystem in the area, so we can also
Mm-hmm.
appreciate the nature around it. In terms of the appreciating nature, is there kind of like someone who can guide us around the place, like a siguro a tour, a guided informational tour that we can take just to appreciate how Timberland was created, the facade of the place.
Yeah, definitely. We have a sports and leisure team that will
Mm,
guide you. So it's always guided, of course, especially like what Rachel mentioned earlier. We have morning jogs. If you can't do jogging, you can have morning walks. It's always guided for the safety of
yeah.
everybody also. And of course, you're right. What better way to appreciate nature than to be with someone who already knows his way around the area, right?
Mm-mm,
So
mm-mm.
that's an assurance from the hotel that everyone will be guided in all the
Yeah.
activities.
Pati pag magba-bird watching kayo, guys, baka gusto nyo alamin kung ano yung mga birds na
Oo.
nakikita nyo. Baka kung ano-ano yan.
Oo.
For people
Correct.
wanna do it, leisure kind of bird watching, stargazing then at least
Mhm.
alam nyo na hindi lang siya sinasabi like, oh, pwede kayo mag-stargazing dito. You can actually learn about the things around
Mhm.
you, the nature you commune with. So, ang ganda nun. Value adding din yung experience nyo, guys. You're not just there to sit around, but you're also there to understand na, ayan, nature is all
Mhm.
around us and we can live with it. For you both personally, ano yung ideal Timberland Highlands Resort day nyo? Like, you wake up in the morning, and then what is your go-to activity in Timberland Highlands Resort? Just so that we also have an idea, baka pwede ko rin gawin to when we visit there. Miss Rachel, let's start.
Sorry, what was that again? The activity. Sorry, I
Yeah,
missed
what is
that.
your favorite activity in Timberland Highlands Resort? What's your go-to that people should experience kapag pumunta sila dun?
I really go for yung facilitated jogging. So that's
Mm.
what I like there because when I jog on my own, I tend to slack off. But when it's
Ah.
facilitated, talagang you will be motivated because you will be joined by younger younger joggers, so medyo may pressure on my end, but it's a very good motivation for me. Ayun, that's my favorite activity in Timberland, the facilitated jogging. I have yet to try
Mm-mm.
mga arts and crafts. Next time when I get back, that's what I would want to try. So shout out to Timberland Sports and Leisure. Hello. Please
Shout out, guys! Arts
guide
and
nyo ako.
crafts activities. Ay, ang cute! There's arts and crafts activities! Like
Yeah,
in the
may
sunrise,
tie-dye.
sunset,
Yes, we
gano'n.
have that too.
Yeah,
Yeah! For the kiddos then, are people who wanna learn something new like Miss Norsan and Miss Rachel dito. Like, in the pandemic, you can change your environment and you can still learn a new hobby, a new arts and crafts activity. How about you, Miss Norsan? What's your favorite activity there?
Okay, the first time I was able to visit Timberland, I did hiking, a little bit of hiking. So I think that is
Mm-mm.
something that I want to do again when I go back. And there's also a nice activity that we do, the hydro yoga, right? Wherein they can do exercises while inside the pool. I think that's very, very nice.
Ah.
And after you do all of these activities, just plain old good breakfast with a view is, I think, my most favorite thing to do in Timberland.
Mm-mm.
Because you've
That
seen,
sounds like
right?
a dream.
Behind, yeah, correct. Behind the backdrop of Rachel, that's near the breakfast area. So that's
Yeah.
basically your view, right? So
Mm-mm.
yeah, that's your view
Guys,
while
true
having
to life
breakfast.
true to
Uh-uh.
life yung photo na yan, hindi lang ano-ano lang. That is actually what you can
Uh-uh.
expect when
Yep.
you go to Timberland Highlands Resort. And it's awesome.
That
Just looking at it
sunset.
right now, ang ganda-ganda tingnan. Instagram worthy kapag gusto niyo i-update yan. Diba? Pwede na pang DP. It's beautiful just by looking at the photos. And what more? Kapag in person nyo in-experience, diba? So, it's definitely something that we should try out, especially that they have the culture of clean being implemented, because that's one of our primary concerns nowadays, like
Concern.
the sanitation and how we can keep safe in our local destinations. And speaking of local destinations, can you describe to us your personal travel style? Are you more of a solo traveler? Do you like people with you? Kayo ba yung gusto niyo planned or spontaneous trip? Miss Rachel, ikaw, ano yung travel style mo?
Well, few years ago when I was in my late 20s or 20s, na yun na lang. I
Sige.
usually, oo, may disclaimer tayo. So I go, ano talaga, parang I really like to travel with my friends.
Mm.
Aside from nature trips and beach trips, I really want, alam mo yung ano, yung medyo party place, parang may nature
Mm.
and beach and may party din like my
Yes.
favorite destination talaga is Boracay kasi 'di ba yun talaga eh. Yun ang favorite destination ko ever since I was young kasi ano, pwedeng uminom, gano'n. But
Pwede.
now, especially I'm a tita now. Medyo tita na tayo now and we're working from home. I want a destination na ano, na medyo laid back where I can relax
Mm.
and work both. So parang yun yung priority ko. I like to travel with my friends still, but
Mm.
really my priority is a place where I can concentrate while I can concentrate and quiet and safe.
Yes,
Those are my
that's true.
priorities and travel style at the
Serene,
moment.
peaceful, o 'di ba? Tama. Very very
Right.
different from your old travel style, parang
Yeah.
nag-opposite na siya.
Yes. Super.
Oo. Miss Norsan, how about you? What's your travel style naman?
Okay, very laid back, basically. So, because before I have kids now, so I travel with. I've learned to master the art of traveling with kids, and I also like traveling with friends. So
Mm.
basically, it's really laid back. I don't like signing up for group tours, right? I don't like following
Ah.
a specific schedule. Alam mo yun, ayoko
Mm.
noon eh. Ayoko nang kailangan gising ka ng 7, nasa bus ka ng
Oo.
7:15, yung ganon. Tapos dadaan ka sa jewelry store ng 9:15,
Oo.
may mga ayoko nang ganon. Oo, 'di ba? So I wanna do it on my own. And sometimes nga parang hindi kailangan na you have to go through all the spots, right, in a
Mm.
destination. Sometimes I would rather go to a local shop in a place where I'm going to and then have coffee and do people watching, right? But ang important kasi before going on a trip is you research also. That's the most
Mm.
important thing. You have to research, lalo na about the weather. Kasi,
Yes.
right, it will really ruin your trip if pumunta ka doon, tas tag-ulan pala, and then wala kang raincoat or wala kang
Mm.
boots or whatever, right? So yun, just be prepared. Pwede ka naman maging laid back and prepared also at the same time. Huwag ka lang super OC or super, kasi anything can go wrong when you go on a trip. And if something goes wrong and you become high strung, sira yung bakasyon mo. So, yun.
Yeah, don't be swayed by the negative
Yes,
things going on. Enjoy
correct.
lang.
Relax lang.
Tama.
Oo.
Si Miss
Mm-mm.
Norsan parang she's living in her own rom-com movie. Yung mga answers niya parang, wow,
Parang,
ang sarap-sarap na. Ang sarap-sarap
yes.
na.
Oo.
Romanticize siya,
Correct.
ganda.
Oo.
Exciting yon
Mm.
kapag okay na mag-travel talaga, mag-full blast travel again. But if you guys want to experience something like that, I believe Timberland Highlands Resort can offer that also kasi Miss Norson and Miss Rachel, they're talking about work from home, they're talking about laid back. Ito,
Ito
saktong-sakto.
yun.
They have package.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you have packages for people who want to work in a different environment. So, it's perfect and it's great. Ito naman, yung last segment natin for today. Of course, yung mga kalokals, you guys are familiar with this. In season 2, we've been doing this with all of our guests. So, Miss Norsan and Miss Rachel, di po kayo makakatakas. Ito na po yon. We have a fast talk segment just so that we can get to know our two guests here more. Ayan. So, Miss Rachel, parang ikaw yung unang sasabak sa ating fast talk segment dito. If we don't
Sure.
get Miss Norsan here with us in a couple of minutes. But yan, Miss Rachel, game na ba?
Game na. Oh, 'di ba?
Oh, di ba, guys? All right, 3, 2, 1. What is your favorite local destination?
Boracay.
What is the smallest town you visited?
In Bicol, it's Huban. Somewhere in Bicol.
What is the strangest souvenir you've brought on your travels?
Sorry, what was?
Strangest souvenir na inuwi mo from your travel?
Parang a coaster made by a local in Bali.
Wow! Do you prefer taking a group
Mabait
or
siya
taking group tours or
Parang
private tours?
no, I went with my friends tapos this trip was actually last year lang, pre-pandemic. So parang we bought a couple of medyo maraming stuff dun sa store na yon, and then the owner gave me parang handmade woven coaster. Yun lang.
Wow! Okay, next question. One place you must visit before you reach 60. A place that you need to visit before you reach 60.
Before I reach 60, so locally, sana naman Siargao kasi I really want to visit it. And siguro, France. France naman, pag international.
Yes, dalawa choices natin, guys. International and
Diba?
local. O, diba?
Sana
At least, Oo, tama. Ito naman. Who is your dream guest in Timberland Highlands Resort? That is the last question. Dream guest.
Dream guest. Siguro it would have to be kasi given naman yun na mga VIPs here, mo yun, mga celebrities.
Yeah.
I would really want to bring my entire family there because wala pang chance talaga to bring them there. So that's my dream ko siya right now. Short-term dream, kumbaga.
Tama.
Na my entire
Heartwarming
family.
naman ang sagot mo. Family. Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out to my
Alright.
family. Joke.
Tama naman. Okay lang naman. I love it. Thank you, Miss Rachel. And if wala pa si Miss Norsan, we'll try to get her in a while. But for sponsorships and collaborations, if you guys want to feature your brands or company, please email us at boulderchannelph@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow our socials at The Boulder Channel. Miss Rachel, meron ka bang greetings?
ph@gmail.com.
Yan, there we have Miss Norsan with
Yes,
us.
Miss Norsan.
Channel.
Ayan.
Rachel, meron ka ba?
Miss
Hi.
Norsan, I have
Yes,
a
I'm so
question
sorry.
for you. It's okay.
Technology. Yeah, sorry.
Here is your question.
Okay.
Who is your dream guest in Timberland Highlands Resort? Dream guest.
My dream guest?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Si Jennifer Aniston.
Oh my gosh!
Right?
Are you a Friends fan? Oh, Rachel! Are you a Friends fan, Miss Norsan?
I just recently started watching Friends, but I just really like the personality of Jennifer. She's like so sure of herself, right? And yeah.
Yeah. Ito, what is your favorite local destination?
Favorite Bohol.
Smallest town you've ever visited?
I can't remember the name of the town, but it was in Camiguin.
Strangest souvenir or pasalubong that you brought?
For souvenir, in Europe kasi, yung water bottles nila are made of glass. And ang ganda kasi nung shape eh. So I would buy and take it home. Kasi 'di ba pang home bodies kasi yan eh, lagyan mo ng bulaklak, 'di ba? Ang ganda. They're so cheap and they're so nicely shaped and nice designs. Yun lang.
Yeah, I can imagine. Ito naman, one place you must visit before you turn 60.
If local, Batanes. But if international, Africa.
Grabe, yung sagot niyo ni Miss Rachel, ibang-iba. Like, it's so different from each other. Variety. I love it. There we go. Miss Norsan and Miss Rachel, do you have any ending comments, or please invite everyone to visit your social media pages and how they can reach you? Miss Norsan?
Okay. Thank you very much for having us. We are inviting everyone to also please check out our Facebook pages. Follow Chroma Hospitality and our Crimson and Quest brands. Also, of course, Timberland. And we're also running a sale online through the Hotel Sales and Marketing Association. We call it the HSMA SOS online sale. So it's running from now until October 15. So they will be getting great deals from all of our hotels. The details are posted on our website and on our Facebook pages. So they'll see everything there. And thank you very much. Stay safe. Travel safely.
Thank you, Miss Rachel. Kaya naman.
Again, thank you very much for having us. It has been a pleasure talaga to talk with you guys, and thank you so much for giving us a chance to showcase our properties, especially Timberland Highlands Resort. So hopefully all will get better very soon and we are allowed to travel again freely, but for now, let's just stay safe. Let's just keep sane and let's just plan our trips. Matutuloy din yan. Let's believe.
Laban. Tama, tama. Again, we'd like to thank you, Miss Norsan and Miss Rachel, for spending your Friday night with us. It's been a blast. Thank you so much for sharing your stories and
Who
being here
knows,
with
baka
us.
your next episode sa Timberland yun na i-shoot, diba?
Oh, tama!
Para hindi
Oh
na
my
naka-virtual
Dito sa view na yan.
Oh, yan na
This
yan.
backdrop
Yung view
na.
natin sa
Pero
next
true na to,
episode.
true na.
Exciting yan. Yes. Thank you, Miss Norsan and Miss Rachel. We loved it. And thank you so much for sharing Timberland Highlands Resort to our viewers as well. So, Kalocals, up next is Bliss Out and About at 9 p.m. And join me again next week for another virtual tour and kwentuhan. Ako si Yani, and you've just watched another episode here at Kalocal Season 2! Kalocals, tandaan, bawat araw, walang bibitaw. Locally, Kalokal. Bye, guys!
Bye!
Thank you!
Thanks.
Thank you!